welcome to your 5th Java tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to step it up a little bit. We've been going at a moderate rate so far, but we're going to step it up a little bit, and we're going to be doing loops in this tutorial. So what is a loop? Basically it's how do I explain this? It's a task that continues to happen over and over and over again. So if I wanted this task to be printed 5 times, I could do this, copy paste it, or I could put it into a loop and have the computer repeat this process 5 times. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's not that great, I could just copy paste it. But what if you had to do something 100 times or 1,000 times? The computer could do it in an instance, whereas you'd have to be sitting there and copy pasting a lot of things and doing a lot of different things unnecessarily. So let's tell the computer what to do. So the way we do loops is there's a few different types. Today we're going to look at the while loop. So write the word while, and then we say, let's say int I. We say while int I is less than 0. Actually, we're going to say if int I is less than first number. And then here's where it gets a little bit tricky, because this is like a task. So what do we do when we want to do a task? We put curly braces. So this is a task now. So system.out.println is a task that we want to do. It was a task before, but we want to do this multiple times, so we put this inside curly braces. We put this inside the while loop. So anything inside these curly braces is part of this while loop. And something I forgot to do at the start is write something I forgot to do at the start is write this. So I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to put this here. And when you use loops, using variable names, or references, sorry, and I'm going to start calling Java names by what they're supposed to be. So we've been calling this reference numbers and stuff like that, but what the real name is it's a variable name, and because 5 is a variable, just like a safety deposit box number or reference, it's the same thing. I didn't want to say variable at the start because it gets a bit confusing. What's a variable name? I like to use things that people are familiar with, like safety deposit box number and reference. So all a variable name is the same thing. So when we're using loops, using variable names that are short, like I or X or J is quite good. So we're going to say while I is less than, and if you remember at school, if it's pointing to the left, it means it's less than first number, then perform this task. So what do you think this is going to do? Well, I'll run you through it. Actually, I have to add one more thing. I'm going to say I equals I plus 1. Okay, so what happens in this program is this. The program reads from top to bottom. Okay, cool, yep, I've got this. Okay, hold up, this is a little bit complicated. While I, which is currently 0, is less than 5, okay, the computer's like, okay, cool, I'm going to do this next bit. Print this out. okay, I know how to do that. We did that before. The computer's like, I'm fine with that. And then it says I equals I plus 1. So I, which is 0, equals I, 0, plus 1. So basically what that means is it's added 1 to what I currently is. So that's now 1. The computer's like, okay, this is a loop. So instead of just finishing, I'm going to come back. So it comes down here and goes back up and goes, okay, I is now 1. So 1 is less than 5. And then it goes through the same process again and then adds 1 to it. And this now becomes 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the 5th time, it's like, hey, I is 5, and it's no longer less than 5 because 5 is not less than 5, it's the same. So then it doesn't do this anymore. So after it's finished, we're going to write something else. We're going to write task done. Let's get rid of this. Use a copy paste. Task done. And basically that's how to use a loop, a while loop in a nutshell. And if we run this, what should happen is it should give us this 5 times and then followed by system.out task done. Well, it'll just say task done. So let's save that, run it, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to have to, how am I going to do this? So you can see, okay, there we go. So there, it does it so quickly that you don't even realize, but there it is. It's done that 5 times and said task done. Too easy for the computer, basically. And now you know how to use loops. Hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we're going to look at how to do another type of loop. So see you then.